How's it going, everybody? Welcome to what's the name of the show? Schmoedown out in Canada. I always forget. It's like the one I do the most.
With zero Canadians tonight.
Yeah,
Zero
we have
Canadians.
That's true.
Zero. I had to put that in the Facebook group when I was like, "Hey, come watch all of us Northern Schmoes." There are zero Canadians. All right. Well, we do have an awesome panel though, so let's do this right if we're gonna do it. Sitting to my this direction, stage right, stage left, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it's stage right for you, but it's stage left for the audience.
So it's stage left and then it's right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we got from the tippy top of Mount Schmoedown, we have Ben Rader. How's it go, Ben?
Good. How's it going with you?
I'm
Going to be real fun talk tonight.
Yeah, it is going to be a fun talk. I actually really excited. And then to my stage left, we have from the other side of the planet, somewhere in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, we have Kiwi. How's it going?
Pretty good. Despite the lack of good pointing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of pretend. Hope somebody else points for me.
Start feeling like I'm in the Brady Bunch and start looking up at you.
Yeah, I'll just yeah. Ben can point down for Ryan. I can point down for Allison.
I do kind of feel like the Alice. And then from not the tippy top, but base camp of Mount Schmoedown. He'll climb up one day. We have Ryan Payne. How's it going?
Yes.
I just wanted to get myself in the mood for this, but I'm doing good actually. Been one hell of a day, and I couldn't think of no better way to cap off my night than talking about possibly one of the top 5, I'll say, Star Wars matches this year.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot. There's so many good Star Wars matches.
You're in the division of the year, it's a lot.
Last but very not least, showing up to start her climb on the Mount Schmoedown. She's had a couple climbs. We have Allison. How's it going?
Hi, it's going good.
She's practically jumped halfway up the mountain right now.
Yeah.
It's the classic Donkey Kong level. She just grabbed that hammer and she just knocked over every barrel to get to the top of the ladder.
I'm toppling it all down. I'm coming for all of you. I'm just kidding.
Trip.
I did just notice that we're like in a Mount Schmoedown, like it's their world here, and me and Jess are kind of just hanging out.
Taco, don't you think Mount Schmoedown is taking over the channel?
It has. It has taken over. Me and Soda pretend. The other guys left. They're gone. Every time
it comes with this whole thing, like with Schmoedown, with Canada and Mount Schmoedown guys, it's pretty much like going to the mountains for the winter. I mean, right now it's dominating everything, but once summertime rolls around, the winter cabins and the winter lodges are going to be going out of business for the summer. So I know the other guys for the Schmoes, they're going to come back once the weather starts to warm up.
I take the existence of Dave on hearsay. Like, we're still getting thumbnails, so he must still be alive. Frenchie left months ago. We've been just using the same clips of him saying weird French cliches and just playing them. What do you think about it? Okay, Taco. We just play the same thing. And then Soda and me are here. And there's another guy, Dan. He's
dropping it on a sinking ship, I see.
Yeah.
You just say corruption 3 times in the mirror, then Dan will hear it. I mean, he won't shut up.
That's so accurate. And it's not a sinking ship. It like the ship needed repairs, and you guys did it, but it's still our ship.
It's hierarchy. You guys are
now, Taco. For now.
I feel a mutiny coming.
You guys were the startup. You want to expand, and
I wasn't.
Upper tier guys want to take some vacations while the new startup company comes in.
I snuck in right before Real Talent came in. It was the original crew, and then Frenchie's like, "Hey, we got this taco guy," and like literally the next day they're like, "Hey, we're bringing on all the Mount Schmoedown guys." I'm like, "Whew." I snuck in.
And now we're definitely widening out our pool of diversity by bringing in Kiwi and Allison. So it's all working out like an
We just needed some chicks to come in that would actually talk about
you guys are diversity hires.
Yeah, I see myself as a diversity hire for sure.
I'm 100%
There's nothing more diverse than a Kiwi.
I literally walked right into that. So yeah.
You literally said the word diverse.
literally had my meeting with Ben and John and Ryan, and they were just afterwards when I got off the call, they probably all just sat around like, well, she's a girl, it's fine.
Yeah.
We have this amazing girl. I think she knows something about the Schmoedown.
She knows how to spell it, so we'll put her in.
Maybe.
Yeah, but like,
Maybe.
she knows more than 10 players. She checked her boxes.
She was able to bring in Ben Bateman at 3 a.m. on Thursday. So if you can,
Funny story, quick side story about that.
Come on,
So
we haven't even started. We haven't.
I want to hear the side story.
I want to cruise. I want to hear this story.
Kelly W sent me a message today, who I know through like Action Army and everything. She sent me a message. She goes, hey, I finally got to watch the entire hour-long clip that Ben was on with the all-night taco stand. She's like, you really didn't want to give them any kind of warning because poor Taco looked like he was about to poop his pants.
Fucking right, I was. I didn't give him an intro. I was so shocked. I said,
what?
I went, what
are you doing here? And then you just popped him on. And I was like,
what the hell are you doing in my green room?
What happened was, this was like all still before Ben had like just planned on scheduling he was getting ready to like I don't even think his surgery had been scheduled yet. He was still like about to like just get the epidural kind of thing. And it was right after the Danger Zone Untouchables match had aired. The plan was to break it all down on the all-night taco stand. I saw he was up like tweeting with some shit. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just send him. Am I allowed to curse on this channel? Because I'm going to.
Yeah, we do.
I sent him a quick Facebook message and just said, hey, I see you're up. Like, here's what I'm on this. It's like the second time I've streamed on anything. If you want to pop in, we're about to talk about your match. It'd be cool. If not, no worries. I know you're in pain. We'll talk later. And I sent that. I didn't say anything to anybody because I don't want anyone to know. And he read it, and as Ben Bateman does, he leaves people on red because that's just
because he's too cool for school.
But so he saw it, but I was like, it's like been now 30 or 40 minutes. Hadn't come on yet. I'm like, he's not going to. It's fine. I get it. We're in pain. And then I was literally about to say I was going to bed because I had a job interview that I actually
you did.
You did.
I got the job, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But I have a job and it's fine. But he pops in, and it's all of a sudden like literally all of us are like, I was like, oh my! I almost cried. I was like, you can't.
I want to know how the fuck
I brought him softball game. The absentee parent finally showing up.
I brought him on to find out how he got there because I can't talk to him. So I'm just like, what are you doing in my green room?
Like, what's your connection?
And Ben said had to come hang with my girl Allison. So
he did. He did in fact say that.
So
all right.
And then I got real nervous that I peaked too soon.
I think the biggest shock of that was that taco, but was also 50 cents a cake. Because I love his mind.
When I watched that hour, I felt like Taco. You finally felt how I felt when Ben and Lou kept bringing on guests that I didn't know about ahead of time.
Okay.
I still go back to when we did our episode of Brendan Meyer. I'm just told, oh, guess what? Brendan's going to be on. And it's one day before. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. For one, it was more than an hour. We had him on for at least an hour and a half, if not two, because it
was a while.
Yeah, it was a while.
And he was on here for like 15, 20 minutes tops.
For everybody who wants to find that, watch the whole video. I won't even give you the timestamp. No, watch the whole 7.5 hours. It's all good. We got Video Drew and freaking Nerd Chronic jumping in at the end. Like
a good hour as well.
We can start here in a second, and I'm going to almost segue this to Gold Leader because Gold Leader was supposed to come on, and it was actually the day before they filmed the match we just watched. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to give anything away. I'm not going to explain why he couldn't make it, but he couldn't make it. But I did tease him. I said when I posted it on all the Facebooks, I said and we're going to have at least one competitor, maybe more. And when he was like, no, I'm not going to make it. I'm like, I lied. Damn it. And then Ben Bateman came on and I was like, hey, that's one competitor. And then we had Video Drew. I'm like, and maybe more. Look at that. I didn't even lie.
There you go, man. There you go.
I need to turn on a fan.
It was literally a box of chocolates. You just didn't know what you were going to get.
There you go. I'll be.
Oh. It'll be then we'll leave that up to audience interpretation.
You wanted to leave us hanging there.
Segueing then, I guess you mentioned Gold Leader getting into this match, right? So we have Gold Leader coming in, going against the beautiful, stunning, amazing Nikki DiMolanta, who, can we just talk about a crazy didn't even know she was going to be playing, right?
At least in the tournament, though. I mean, at least in the tournament, she did get that one match.
In general, like she didn't even know she even wanted to come into the league. Like that was all through, right? Like she gets picked, she gets drafted at the end when it's not even being aired. The last person drafted onto The Usual Suspect. Yeah. So it's like, so she did. I don't even think she waited till last minute to decide that she's going to come in, and now she's going to freaking Spectacular. Like, come on, what a story! These badass women in this league are just making me so happy to be in it at the point that I'm in it right now, just to watch like the Marisol defense and now Nikki DiMolanta just crushing I mean, she crushes Damon, which no one thought she was going to do that. And then she goes and she now, with Gold Leader, which is still a great match. And it's just like, I hope Harper's studying as much as he can, because she's coming for it.
You're muted, Taco. You're just talking to no one right now.
Yeah. Holy shit. I've been trying to get in. I'm like, Allison won't give me a mile. She won't give me an inch.
No, it's because none of us knew you were talking. No, so I just noticed your mouth was doing this.
All right, if I don't get this out, I'm going to freaking kill somebody. All right, as an avid Beyond the Schmoedown watcher, I don't know if anybody else watches Beyond the Schmoedown with Nikki and Andrew. It's one of the Schmoedown things I watch every week. And she wouldn't even call herself a Star Wars competitor until she got a match. Like when she got drafted in, she refused it. He's like, oh, and Star Wars competitor. She's like, no, I'm drafted, but that's it. So she was so she wasn't even in it when she was in it. And after she got a match, she finally had to say, like, I guess I have to admit I'm a Star Wars competitor. So seeing that all the way to now, like, holy crap. You guys can now hear me, right?
Yeah. You're coming in now.
But also, Taco, you are right. I mean, and she had every right to say that she's not compared, because the number of rookies that were drafted earlier this season, I mean, like 70%.
I agree with this. Yeah, the market out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, who is she? Oh, wait, she's good.
But it's more of Nikki. She's kind of really, I guess with Nikki, it's just insane.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
It's mainly because Josh Horowitz, when he was picked, I mean, he just came in like with a rush of knowledge, though. But with Nikki, it was just kind of like what Allison said. It was unsure if she was actually going to play at all. And the fact that we do get to see her play is amazing, especially since the fact that so many players the fact that Star Wars was only limited to maybe 4, like a few singles matches for some of the rookies, and then a tournament going down, and then we had a second tournament, and of course with not just with Nikki, but just a rush of female talent we got with Marie Wilson, Lacey Gillerin, Laura, Molly Damon. I mean, those women alone were able to do incredible things in their Star Wars matches, win or lose. We see them pull questions that many people in live chats have openly admitted that they would never have known, even if they saw a Star Wars film just 3 or 4 times. So the knowledge and the dedication and the love that these women have for Star Wars is amazing, and I am glad that we are getting another. That we are getting a female competitor challenging for the belt at Spectacular.
No,
I do love that.
I do want to get actually into the match, and we'll talk about the Spectacular situation, because I actually got some things I want to talk about after the match. So, do we want to
keep us on track, Taco?
I was trying to interrupt me. Am I muted?
Stay on target.
I was gonna say that, Ben. I was gonna say that.
if anyone goes, you're muted, I would immediately mute myself, try not to mute myself right now. All right, no. So this is how we normally do it. I mean, normally it's in the first couple minutes, but we were working with it. We like to say who we have going in. So let's start. Ben, who did you have going into this match?
To be honest, I had Fernando Channel Gold Leader going into this match.
So did I. And I didn't have it like, oh my God, he's gonna kill him. And I wouldn't admit it. Like I've said in all the chats, like don't tell Gold Leader that I'm cheering for him. But I also thought if Nikki had 100%, like it wasn't a 60-40 even. It was like 51.1% to 49.9. Like I knew that Nikki was dangerous, and I also all right. Jess, who did you have going in?
Oh, I just wanted to say one more thing.
Go for it, Ben.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a 51-50 type of thing. I thought it was going to be that close.
It almost went to sudden death. I thought it was gonna.
Yeah.
And then it would have been brutal. And we had a second Demolante with 51.
There you go.
That'd be something.
Jess, who do you have going in?
So I had Gold Leader. That was purely based on the fact that Gold Leader versus Laura Kelly, he didn't really miss. He had a really stellar match. And then also with Damon versus Demolanta, he just wasn't playing his best match. So I was like, do we really know how she's going to do? And then, she proved me wrong. So I was more than happy to be proven wrong.
And either of you guys, I don't know. Ryan, who do you got?
I was waiting because we were keeping the train on the tracks, Taco.
I love how Taco, he's like, Ben, Jessica, now the rest of you.
I know. Allison's face, it messes with me because it looks like she's about to talk at all times. And I thought, I was like, are you about to jump in? So I was like, I don't know. What of you guys? I want to give it to Ryan, but it looks like she's about to jump in. Ryan, who do you got? And then we can move on. Screw Jessica.
Well, I'll fire quickly.
Allison, I ruined my own joke. Sorry, Ryan.
I'll fire my shot. One, I was actually in favor of Nikki Demolanta for this match, even though in one of my fantasy leagues, Gold Leader is my Star Wars character, is my Star Wars player. But I was going for Nikki because just judging from her matches this entire tournament, going perfect against Ross, dominating slices that apparently, I love how it was just her, not humble, but just more of she understood, she's playing for fun, but I love how she makes fun of just some of the random chance that she gets of the question. So it was that kind of won me over to wanting her to win.
I agree. Allison, do you want to tell us how we start the next round? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, I had Nikki coming into it. I think that she's understood the assignment the whole time of what's happening with these questions and what's going on. I think that she came in super prepared with and had studied her. I think she learned from the Damon match the types of questions that they're asking with actors and actresses and super deep cuts and getting into uncredited roles, which has been happening across the divisions at this point. So granted, I don't know if any of the ones were uncredited, but I'm just going to assume because they got real deep as usual.
Side characters.
So even with that being said, but those are the questions that Gold Leader missed, and she capitalized on those mistakes. So going into it, how she performed against Damon, I was 100% on board with thinking that with Nikki taking it for sure.
And Brian in the comments, who did you got? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Because Gold Leader Harper 2 is that's going to be a really great match when that happens. And I'm sure it will next year. I actually had a don't tell anybody this comment. This is a problem of talking to competitors. I'm sure most of us have had this issue where you're just friends with a competitor and they're like, don't tell anybody. But Harloff said this is going to happen. I'm like, well, why'd you tell me? Do you trust me with words? I hate that. My wife doesn't trust me with her secrets. I talk way too much. So yeah, and I'm like a boiling top right now, and I don't get to do it.
I guess for me in my situation, since I lived kind of I lived a nomadic lifestyle for 3-4 years. Whenever someone brings me into a inside joke or just a secret, I'm like, oh, I'm being involved in something? Great. I won't tell anybody. I'm like this. I have a purpose here. I have a purpose in this relationship. Huh? Yay!
And then he goes and tells everyone.
And then I realized, oh shit. I guess Taco's wife found out he was talking.
Yeah. She was like, better get him off before he reveals all of my secrets that I don't tell him.
No, but before Taco, while Taco is trying to get back in, let's talk about the match exactly. I mean, going in, Allison, you were right. Those questions, unfortunately, that have literally been kneecapping every Star Wars player this tournament have shown up. Which actor played this character, or this character is played by this actor? Every variation of minor characters to
six-armed pod racer eating 3 corn dogs is played by what guy?
Yeah, exactly. They're pulled because how much, but you have to look at it too. So how much can they pull? Because it's the movie trivia Schmoedown, so it's not like a Star Wars, or it's not like a Dragon Con Star Wars trivia where they're doing the books and everything else. Like it's just the 12 movies within or whatever
It's
within like
finite at that
zeitgeist.
point.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's
so
only
they
so
have
much
to
that you
tear
can do
it.
before you start recycling questions. And because there's only so much that you can do before you recycle questions, it's like you got to get those deep
So
cuts.
when
outside of the
Finn
Dragon Con
does
matches
this,
with the
does he use
book
his
and
right
game-
hand or left hand?
Yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, with the Dragon Con matches, I mean, because they use the other outside material, they do expand on those characters that we do see for maybe 5 or 7 seconds of screen time in a movie. So it makes sense if, let's say, this Resistance, let's say they focus on, let's say a question comes to Dragon Con, who plays this lieutenant of the Resistance had a tragic backstory of being involved in Operation Cinder, you know, in one of the Star Wars books. It makes sense you do that in a Dragon Con.
I know that.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course you do, Taco. Of course you do.
Yes, of
I'm
course he
actually,
does.
I actually don't. I have a very weird. No, I'm so Legends heavy in anything written by Disney. Like I know it exists, but like most of my knowledge comes from like really early on comic books.
I'm curious, real quick.
Like,
Are you a big fan of anything Star Wars Disney?
yeah, I like their TV shows.
The Marvel, their comics that they produced on
good.
under Marvel have been very good.
Yeah,
And
I mean
even
they haven't blew my mind by any means, but I haven't regretted reading many of them. I think the Kanan one was like no, Kanan one was good. It was the Poe one I didn't love.
The Pope, I actually like the Darth Vader line of comics.
The Darth Vader one was great. It brought in 2 of my new favorite droids. But anyways, we do have to move on. We have a round. We have 5 rounds to get through, and we haven't even started round 1.
20 minutes
So,
in.
We weren't getting into round 1 before you came back on. So
all right. I guess my kid woke up, and I had the monitor on this side of the camera, and my baby baby mama is what I almost said, which is true. My wife was on this side, so she's like. And I was like, huh? And she's like, give me the damn monitor. I'm like, oh, sorry.
I was kind of right.
Yeah. No, that's about right. Is that what you said? It's like, oh.
You presumed it was something to do with your wife.
Oh, I guess your wife must have pulled you off screen. And technically, I was right.
She's the only person I freaking see in real life as my, like, other than coworkers. Like, you could be like, I bet it's something to do with his wife. Yeah, probably.
No,
she's the other person I live
I'm
with.
pretty sure your wife pulled you off screen for a second for your attention.
Yeah, she didn't pull me. She doesn't touch me. We're married. Ugh. All right, moving on. Round 1. Yeah, gross.
I don't even know your ghost signs. Okay.
Are me and Allison the only married people? Right?
Not to each other.
Yeah, we're not married to each other.
Not to
We're
each
close.
I'm not.
No.
I'm
All right,
not.
but we're the only people who are
Not
married.
even
We're
close.
the only ring
Not
bearers.
even close.
Don't even have a girlfriend, so yeah.
All right.
I'm a bachelor as of right now.
So we've got
We can
incredibly
tell them by the
single
background.
and very much married. That's the scale here.
I'm a nomad, nearly living a monk lifestyle. I need a relationship.
Okay, round 1.
All right. Okay. Does Kiwi or Ben want to? Both of you guys took notes. I didn't
I
take
have
notes because
very extensive notes. So
Okay, so Ben.
You're Kiwi.
All right,
okay.
fine. Yes.
No notes. I'm
just
just here
'cause
for
you haven't
colorful
written-
commentary.
Just because you haven't written doesn't mean you have to read it. So
No, I'm not going to read out every question.
Go through, and if we have a question, you
Yeah.
can then dig it. All right, cool.
Why are you telling me how to do my job?
I don't know, because you're bad at it.
Let's
Oh, then I won't use
I'm
my
kidding.
notes.
I'm
then.
kidding.
No,
It's a
no,
joke.
you can.
Gave me
You
that
where are
info.
your notes, Taco?
You
How about
said
we
you were
use your notes?
All right.
Just leave. Just
I got a
leave. and everything is
Berenstein. I
screwed.
got a Berenstein Bear book in front of me.
Oh, God.
Kiwi, give us the breakdown. Just give us the breakdown.
I mean, here's the thing: is they both missed the second, which Gold Leader used his first JTA.
Yeah, he used the JT right away. Jeez.
Yep. Then he
That
missed
makes
his.
sense.
Yeah, well, he didn't even get it in the end, so it wasn't the best use of a JT, unfortunately. And then he missed the 5th, she got it, and then they both missed the 8th, and then she missed the 9th, so that pretty much evened them out. No one got a perfect round; it was all 7.
So it was 7-7 going in round 2.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mhm.
I
And then
actually
she
like it.
spins
I
that
like the
wheel
fact
and gets Force
the
Awakens.
Force
all over
Awakens, because of
again.
course she does.
Which is wild, right? Because
Right.
typically you would think when you keep exhausting a slice, the trend has been the questions get deeper, questions get harder. right? Because you're starting to like dig at the bottom of the barrel for that slice. But again, that's where I come back and saying she understood the assignment to make sure not only did she have just the basic Star Wars or all the in-depth Star Wars knowledge, but also getting into the actors and actresses and things like that other people have not been studying.
I have a theory.
Okay,
Ben.
Since he got Force Awakens twice, do you think he thinks, okay, I might get it again, so I better extra study up on this one movie?
100%. I think she's super smart. That's what keeps happening to her, so she's got to prepare for it. 100.
Yeah, she knows it's a slice that works for her.
To put on my tinfoil hat, I feel like in order to figure out who the Schmoedown is we go back and try to find which person, like high up in the business, really loves Force Awakens. Because that guy just loves whoever's in control of that wheel. It's like, more Force Awakens, please. And that's it. Schmoedown is making her answer more Force Awakens. Because
it has to be PJ, right?
It's got to be. PJ's Schmoedown. You heard it here first, boys.
I think I love how Nikki just laughs at the fact that she got Force Awakens. She landed on Force Awakens against Ross. She landed on it against Damon, and she lands on it again. And I like how she's just going like, and I like Sam managing her, saying like, you know what, it's worked for you in the past, and if you love it, just stick with it. And we saw how it worked for her. She just cleaned that damn. She cleaned it.
And it wasn't an easy one. It wasn't an easy Force Awakens.
And she didn't have multiple choice on any of those, right? She like
no, she went perfect.
Yeah, she did really good.
Perfect. Nikki DeMolanta is perfection. When I grow up, I want to be like Nikki DeMolanta.
I've told my wife that I wish that we had their relationship. I was like, man, how come me and you are doing how come we're not both Star Wars competitors of the Schmoedown and doing podcasts together? Like what the heck?
I would end up leaving my husband if we had to do all that together, probably.
Yeah.
All right, they have a kid. I'm not going to speculate on like anything, but that kid must know Star Wars better than I know Star Wars. Because I don't know how you can handle competing at any type of level with a child. I can't even do podcasting at a normal level because I'm in dad mode and I'm not doing both. I do not know how they do it.
The hope is that the kid actually is going to love Star Wars growing up, or the kid might go opposite and just like.
Do you not see like the cutest TikToks?
Oh yes.
No. Andrew posts the cutest TikToks with their kid, like the one where she was like, "Daddy, play Star Wars," and like he just pulls out the lightsaber and she just starts running around screaming and laughing as he's like pretending to like get her with it, and you just sit there and cry.
But she's going to be.
Once she's a preteen, then we'll see.
Yeah, she's going to be the goth kid who grew up in Catholic school and now is a Satanist. That's what's going to happen. What I'm saying is she's going to be a Trekkie. She's going to.
I have a question on them. Who is winning a match?
Okay.
The Demolantas or the Damons?
Demolantas.
Yeah, I'd probably agree, to be honest.
Yeah, after Nikki's performance, it really feels like it would be handed to the Demolantas. Mm-hmm. I know Molly and Alice will do great in like the second and third.
I would love to see that match.
I think if it was a singles match, like a teams, I think the the Damons destroy them because Nikki knows very little about normal movies. If you want,
but like a team Star Wars.
I'm just saying if it wasn't Star Wars, I think the Damons got it.
Then there has been a Team Star Wars match.
I know. I remember.
Fourth Pros. So we know they can do that for a special exhibition.
Yeah, that was a thing.
I'd watch the hell out of that.
That was.
Anybody watching this, if you have not seen The Council, which is John Campion and Ken Napzok versus Fourth Pros, Sam Witwer and Freddie Prinze Jr., watch it. It's a lot of fun.
It's what made Sam Witwer join and then later become champion. And he has the most awkward accepting the belt.
Yeah.
Like, it's really weird. Like, you're like he's a really weird guy.
That match is very important because we did talk about how that was the first time they used whiteboards. And
yep.
It was also one of the first controversies over the nerve herder. So that match is important.
So we got a second half of a round two?
Yes.
Gold leader have a round two, Jess?
So Gold leader had a very different round two from Nikki. He dropped down to his 1 pointer for the third question. got a JTE, got it wrong, and Nikki didn't miss, so she got the steal.
Not only did the JTE, but then had them. He got it. He used his free repeat of the.
Yeah. He kept going with that.
Yeah.
And you should mention the category he got is the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that's why I'm Rise of Taco. I almost went Taco Walker, but that sounds weird. Okay, so
it wasn't it. That was the only one.
I want to talk about that question though. About that question. When we were watching it, it was me, Jess, Soda, and Ben were watching it in a stream. You guys were invited. It's not our fault you didn't join.
So there's no way I could get in.
I was watching with my husband, trying to spend quality time together.
I love that
over the Schmoedown.
My wife was over there
while I was in traffic. So
okay, whatever. The point I was trying to make was
people are going to start thinking Taco and I are married.
Yeah.
Taco and I already have ourselves a sibling rivalry already. We act like brothers at this point, bugging each other.
You're definitely you're like what I was, the younger brother who needs to get hit. Yeah. I definitely needed those punches. And now I'm about to call my brother and apologize. I
have an older brother, so he definitely sympathizes with you.
I was the younger brother getting my butt kicked, but now I'm starting to see my brother's point of view on this. Okay. Anyways, the point I was trying to make was during that question when he JT'd and then he asked for everything and then he asked for the answers again, it sucked all the air out of the room. We were all like, oh shit. And you're looking at that score and he hasn't scored any yet because it's early on in round 2, but she still has a perfect round 2 and you're like, something's happening.
He at least got his first 2 questions, but then that
he got 2 pointers on that.
But as soon as she got that steal, I think it was either me or Jess went, he might lose. It hit us at oh my God, Goldleader might lose.
And then I said something that made you snap out of that.
He said, Taco, it's 5 rounds. I'm like, oh yeah, no shit. I totally forgot it was 5 rounds.
I always forget those number 1 contender matches are 5 rounds. Always.
You're wrong. It's not a number 1 contender. It's the finals are 5 rounds.
Whatever.
Well, number 1 contenders aren't 5 rounds.
No,
number 1 contenders are not. Only finals are.
Marisol versus Kevin Smith, that was a 3-round match. And when Irwin had to challenge Dan Murrell, before he challenged Dan Murrell, he played a 3-round match.
Number 1 contenders are not unless they're finals. Finals and championships are 5 rounds.
Okay, fine. I get it.
No.
I know that you walked into the league last year and you're still new.
Not even. I walked into the league halfway through this year. So
Actually, people who follow the Schmoedown tend to forget that number 1 contenders are not 5-round matches. So you're in the right group.
You'll hear Frank Janish mess up and sometimes everyone forgets. Okay. So the next question.
So the next question.
Sorry, go ahead.
Once again, he drops down to his 1-pointer and doesn't get it right.
It was actor questions, unfortunately. The third.
Yeah, both of them were actor questions. Who is the? Well, actually, the first one was who does Mandeep Dillon play, and then the second one was which actress plays Panadi. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I didn't know any of that shit.
Bellax Panadi. Yeah.
Oh man, that character! I got an action figure for that character.
Yeah, right. And then once again, Nikki knew it. She got it. So then it pretty much went to, how's this for a score? 13-19.
In a regular 3-round match, that does spell doom.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
You've seen people go in with leads to the betting round, and I mean, look at last week. They didn't have the lead, but look how bad the betting round screwed. Lightning time over. But even going into the speed round with the Inner Geekdom Championship for Chandru and Kalinowski, Chandru would just buzz because it's almost like he was nervous, just needed to get it out. Who knows why he did it, but he maybe whatever. So Mike couldn't answer, but buzzing in too early, you start losing all those points.
So Ethan against Marisol.
I wish this was Buzz.
Let's not forget Ethan and Marisol. They were dead even with each other until we got to the betting round and the buzzer round where Ethan's lead chipped back.
There was a 6-point swing last week, and this was 6 points. So I even said, guys, it might flip. But all 100%. He needed, but the difference between 6 points and 5 points, is a big deal. That because five means sudden death if the other guy, if you go perfect in round 3 and the other guy misses the 5, and then if you get inside 5, pretty much 4 all the way to 1 is the same lead because it just means a 5-pointer. In my eyes, I think anything past 5, you're pretty screwed. That means that the other guy has to at least miss 2 questions, and one of them has to be the 5-pointer. That's insane to just hope. So the fact that he, after the betting round, was able to turn it from a 6-point lead to a 5-point lead, I was like, exhale, Evan. Like you that 1 yard got you a first down. You're fine. Now.
But also, can we talk about that speed round where little Miss Nikki DeMolanta wouldn't even let Mark Ellis complete the full question? She was like, boom, boom. And then she was like, all right, I'll back up. And she let it go for a couple times. And then she's like, boom, and I gotcha. And I gotcha.
This is like the first time she's done the fast money. But also, I do love that we had for the first 2 rounds, we had the very hair pulling what the WTF questions of using actors for minor characters, and then finally in the speed round we get the questions we were expecting to get in round 1 and 2, like which character says this line, or what is name this character who was in this film, or what was the color of this, and yes, the fact that they were going
they were still hard. That fast money round was still hard for me. I didn't do that good.
Even before getting in the fast money, but you go back to the betting round, she only bet 2 points.
Yeah,
which I completely disagree with her on that.
I think she should have gone with 3 too.
Go with 3 when
you're already in the lead. You're only down by 3. But it also, if she lost it, then she'd be or you'd still be up by 3.
Ryan, what's your defense?
I mean, exactly. But
I'm sorry. I should let Allison finish. Hold on.
No, you're good. You're good. No, I'm done. I'm just rambling.
I was going to say it's not much of a defense, but it's kind of a smart strategy because you just don't know exactly what you're going to get with those questions. Yeah, she goes for 3 points. Her 19 cuts to 16, and then he would tie with her. So if she bets 2 points, she'll still have a lead going into that speed round.
Yeah.
And I understand, of course, if you have that big lead, like she was 16 to 13. I mean, 19 to 13. Sorry, 19 to 13. Of course, you want to feel that confidence. Go, yeah, I'm going to bet 3 points, widen it out even more. But you can miss it, and then
her reasoning
cut in half, and then you're tied, and then you're.
Her reasoning is there is a 6-point gap, right? Assuming he's taking 3, don't make the possibility be a 6-point swing. Make the possibility be a 5-point swing. So that's what she said too, because she can't turn over and be like, "Go leader, do 2." I don't want to. You do 2.
Yeah.
So she has to do 2. And no, I completely understand that, but that's playing conservatively, and I'm not that. I'm punch. I'm bloody. I'll take
maybe
the
that
hits.
goes into that can kind of go into the fact of it's a rookie season, right? So she's trying to strategize. And
I think it's a non-rookie move too. I think it's a rider, like it's playing conservatively or playing liberal, and guess what? Both of those types win. Like you can play conservatively and win. So at least she was thinking about it.
I can draw back. Once again, referencing Ethan versus Marisol, when they were tied going in the betting round, both of them did bet 3 points when they got that director's questions, and we saw what happened. Marisol got it right. Ethan got it wrong to where it was a tied to a 6-point swing. So it's just more of those situations to where I understand everyone wants to punch hard, wants to extend the lead, but just like before, when that betting round, it's not simply just there to be like, oh, you can gain more points. That has been the defining factor of so many matches in Schmoedown's history.
Didn't Jeff Snyder bet 0 in his match against? See that
I think
people talk. I think it was either 1 or 0.
I'm thinking it's Paul.
It was. Wasn't it against Paul? Did he bet 0?
No, you are right. He did bet 0 because he regrets saying he should have bet at one point because it was a question.
Because it was Harry Potter.
He said that is gut on that one.
Yeah, but that is actually in my defense. If you don't think you're going to get it and you bet 0, that makes the swing at the very most 3. Well, no, it will be 3. You're giving up 3, which is better than a 6-point swing. And guess what? If they miss it, they lose 3, and you don't lose anything. I think, as weird as it is. I
don't even want to get into Jeff Snyder stuff because I still think the dumbest move of Schmoedown history was him giving Chance Wizarding World. when he got a coded story. I think that was the dumbest move you could have ever done, regardless of like whether or not it takes it off the wheel for you. You just gave the inner geekdom singles player his stuff.
You bet 1, not 0. Okay.
Oh,
I would.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt Boy. But at the same time, I mean, look, of course, Jeff Snyder's decision definitely falls in, at least in the list of boneheaded plays by giving top 10 Westerns, and then of course Kate with the whole Festival Darlings kind of thing against him and Alonzo. I actually said to her, I'm actually one of the few who defended that choice. But I can understand from her point of view how bad it was, and then Rachel did explain to us that even she was like, "No, don't give them that." So
don't do that.
I understand both points of view. I still thought that at least in a, you know what? I'm not going to drag myself back down into this. Even then, with this betting
That's
round,
it. It was Dan who bet 0. I know someone did it. Dan bet 0 in Atlanta. Thank you.
It led to him and Bateman going sudden death in Atlanta. So,
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
I'm reading Meat Boy. What's that name?
I think it's Meat Boy.
I'm reading Meat Boy.
I ignored the 3 and just called him Matt Boy.
Yeah, I like Matt Boy, but I'm definitely seeing an E as the 3, and I'm seeing Meat Boy. Meat Boy. All right. Anyways.
All right. So speed round, the fast money crushes both of them.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a giant fast money fan. I'm a buzzer fan, and it's just because when you have 2 elite players, a lot of times fast money's like, and add 9 points to everybody. Cool, moving on. And it's like, all right, we get much bigger swings in buzzer, but it is cool. It is Meat Boy. That's great, buddy.
It's kind of funny though how the fast money has become a bit of like a hot button topic amongst the community. Because when Christian said for live shows he's bringing the buzzers back, when it came with Collision, I remember the chat was going insane. Like, why are we getting fast money? And it's just like some of us who have been watching the Schmoedown for years were going, it was never a thing. It was just there for digital.
Yeah.
You can't do a buzzer in digital, right? It's too hard to like see who you just can't. It's impossible to do.
Yeah. The worst internet's gonna lose 8 points.
I am a question. If it was a buzzer instead of fast money in this match, does that change the outcome?
Well, we don't know. We don't know how good she is a fast or a buzzer, or how good Goal Leader is a buzzer.
We
have no clue.
Maybe. And the playing field's even, right? Because Harper hasn't had to use it, but everything Star Wars has been digital. It's not. Yeah. There's not been a taped Star Wars match, and there won't be a Star Wars match that's in person until Spectacular. Yeah. So whereas like Robert Parker's had to go in with the buzzer. But I think he has. I don't.
He did that against
the Intercom finals, and he crushed Saul.
Yeah. Harper has not played buzzer.
Nope.
Not
Harper's
yet.
So they did everything Star Wars has been digital, and Star Wars is going to stay digital, according to Christian. At this point in time, when things, with next season, Star Wars is one of the divisions that they're keeping digital because of their Star Wars competitive,
or everywhere.
Everywhere. Harper's lawyer in Pennsylvania, like you can't come out to.
And the Demons are in Atlanta. The Demolantes are in Florida. Goal Leaders in Georgia as well. Like if there was an Atlanta like place that we just film in Atlanta, then we got it would be the Star Wars show just in Atlanta.
So it'll be interesting to see how they both do with the fact that they're going to have buzzers versus fast money, which is what they always play. So I'm excited to see how that goes.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
You can say 100 things, man. We all can.
It's awesome that no matter who wins, the winner of the Star Wars belt is going to be a rookie this year.
Yes, I love it. I love that the old guard didn't not show up. They all got beaten. There's a difference. It's not like the old guard's like, no, let the rookies play. They're all like, we're gonna beat these rookies.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think like that really cool and really interesting.
I mean, not to take any shots at the old guard, but it's pretty much like the old guard were those two stormtroopers in The Mandalorian, just shooting at something and missing every single time.
And they're still deadly.
Just like counting.
And I think with that old guard, it's that prime example of how the Schmoedown itself has evolved question-wise, which is like we talked about, which is why rookies really have been just taking over and dominating because they're coming into something that they've not done before. So they're experiencing these kind of question evolutions that have been happening, whereas you have everyone else who's been doing this for 6, 7, or however many years and seasons that are just like
gotten comfortable with
they're gonna come back so mad though.
Yeah,
like I do not want to be the first person to play Damon or Andrew Demolanta. I think he's like I think they're all going to be out for blood. Like anybody 100%. They fight.
Andrew has a rematch in his like guarantee for him because he's defended that belt twice. So
does he?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Could we get Demolanta versus Demolanta? Like we've got
that would be amazing. I mean, he defended.
I want Gold Leader Demolanta.
He defended against Laura.
I know you knew.
I want Gold Leader Demolanta.
Just so I can. Are we on the fifth round?
We're
just finished near the fourth.
We're wrapping up.
We're into the fifth round.
We're on the fourth round.
So I believe Evan had to do. Gold Leader had to do his second and third points before because it was a 5-point lead, so he had to do his first two questions. What was his 2-pointer, Jess?
Was it Who Said It?
Yes.
What did they? What did Who say?
What is the last thing Yoda says to Chewbacca? But I don't know what.
No, that's what Chewbacca says to Yoda.
Damn it! I thought I had it. All right.
Yeah. What is his final words to Chewbacca and Tarful before he leaves Kashyyyk?
Wouldn't it be great if Yoda
it happens far too quickly for me to write the whole question, so I just write little cliff notes instead.
Wouldn't it be great if Yoda to show respect to Wookiee culture spoke in Wookieese at them and just like Chewbacca?
Okay, I don't know. I
you would do it backwards.
I don't know about you.
I know, but Wookieese sounds so funny.
I don't need any more working back and forth.
Subtitle it, all right? That's all I got to say about the holiday special. By the way,
I like the fact it's not subtitled. You can interpret it as anything as you wanted to, just like
I'm
Groot. Like when Han spoke Shriwook in Solo, it's like, what did he say to him? We'll never know.
Yeah, it's by the way, in our Star Wars, mine and Gold Leader's Star Wars podcast, we are hoping to get a bunch of Star Wars competitors this Christmas to do a holiday special match. So,
thanks for inviting me. I can't wait to go.
You can watch. You're not a Star Wars competitor. I can't even be in it. I have to be an announcer, which is kind of what I've been made to do.
I'd love to do
I feel like that's what I'm here for.
If I can't play.
I don't know who's going to be on. It's probably going to be me and Soda on the bench, but
I mean interviews. Sorry, interviews, not.
Oh yeah, you want to be our? I almost said our Emma Fife, but she hasn't been around for a while. Our Jen Sturgeon.
I would love to be either Emma or Jen for this.
Be Jen. No, I'm kidding. No, I like Emma. No. But yeah, no. Yeah, but I always strive to be Jen Sturger if you want to strive to be anything, because she's the best. So
I want to get to a map to slow down. I'm saying that right here.
I think Jen on Mount Schmoedown will be fantastic. Same with Emma as well. I mean, we talked about her when it was me, you, and Buck. But I would love to just have
who's Buck?
Brandon Buck, one of our old hosts before
we pre John and Ellison Buck.
Yeah. But going on to round 5, Gold Leader did have some good questions.
I love his 3-pointer, and I'm going to ask Jess to read it out because I actually knew it.
So once again, it's Cliff Notes. It's about who were the first pilot and gunner to bring down, and then I didn't finish it.
An AT-AT on Hoth, yeah.
Yeah, I actually think this was a super easy question, and I want to know if that's just me. Because I think this is a really easy question.
If you have watched, I think if you would watch, because
if you'd watched it extensively, right? You'd probably know it.
It's Empire. Yeah. Which I've seen 1,000. It's my favorite song.
On Empire, from Empire. But yeah. So I mean, my husband knew it too, because he's watched them a bunch. I had no idea because I'm a Star Wars dodo.
It's not like a random background. Like, oh, and that was
Right.
Wedge. Like you see Wedge and I want to say Jackson do it, and even
Jensen.
says like, "Good
That's
job,
Jensen.
Yeah.
Jensen." Yeah. So
Yeah.
you actually see them like straight up do it, and you know because Dak already died, so they have to do it.
Well, technically,
Right.
Dak wasn't
Spoilers.
dead. He was knocked out, and then he
Dak's
was killed by-
dead.
No, he got knocked out. He was
He-
electrocuted. That thing short circuited on him, and he was passed out. Luke tried to pull him out
No,
of the snowspeeder before that
No.
So Dak wasn't dead.
No, you're super wrong.
No.
Dead.
Anyway,
Look, you've seen Empire 1,000 times. Go rewatch it again. You see Luke trying to.
What? Because he's trying to drag his body out. You're not trying to save your body for like your friend's body so they can do an open casket.
Dead.
Oh, you don't respect the dead, Ryan? That's messed up.
I respect the dead, but I'm saying when you're in the middle of a battle, in the middle of a war, of course you want to save every soldier that's alive.
Because he had all the rations on him. You don't know.
It's war.
All right, moving on.
anyway,
All I want
I
to say
think-
is I really liked that question.
It's a good question, but then again, the one thing that I've been learning since coming into a lot of this is, a lot of people complain about the disparity between people's questions, right?
Yes.
Like some people would say like that as a 3-point question because it involves like a scene that is very well known in the Star Wars zeitgeist and like a scene where like it's actually there and like people could know it right away. Is that really a 3-point question or is that more of a 2-point question? And kind of that whole leveling of the playing fields in that way. I think that's kind of something that I always find interesting for sure.
Yeah.
And I kind of just got like a weird man crush on Wedge Antilles because he's like a stud. If you just rewatch the trilogy, like the original Tridge, Wedge is always there.
I love
call
that
the Ridge
abbreviation.
Yeah,
Actually,
the
the
Ridge
funny
Tridge.
thing is, best part about this, when I reread Ken Napzok's Star Wars book, he has this great dedication to Wedge's journey in the original trilogy, where he starts off as just a rebel pilot, then he's promoted, then he's part of a squadron, then he becomes Gold Leader and Return of the Jedi. So that man has one hell of an arc, even though it's background. He has a great climb amongst the Rebel Alliance.
And they brought him in Rebels of you seeing him as a recruit really young as a TIE fighter pilot. And yeah, I love Wedge. And Wedge has,
correct me if I'm wrong. I think it is Wedge. Isn't the actor who plays him the uncle of Ewan McGregor?
Yep, he's the uncle of Ewan McGregor. Yeah. So tinfoil hat on, Wedge Antilles, Obi-Wan Kenobi's uncle. Deal with it.
If they made that connection, that would be funny. I mean, I would not look past Disney.
Thank you, Meat Boy. I know it's a little late, but I was trying to make that joke as how Yoda would say it backwards. I inhaled.
Oh,
Okay.
I get it.
Welcome, Ben. Ben just woke up, everybody. Okay, so he nailed the second point, nailed the 3-pointer. It now goes back over to Mrs. Demolanta, and
With a
what did she
very
get?
2-pointer, which was what were the weapons that the Ewoks used.
Oh,
The fire the stones at the
it was capitals. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny because at first you're kind of questioning whether if that's the answer they're going to accept, even though it is the answer. So I did like that because that could have been a very tricky
Like
one.
red herring.
Correct.
Yeah, because
They
like,
love-
what are you
PJ
looking for?
loves
The
a good
Star
red
Wars
herring.
word? Yeah, it's like I even said like, is there a Star Wars way to say catapult? It's the
She would
rock
have known it. Let's be
blaster.
honest. If it was Star Wars term for it, she would have known.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I do
you're
like that
right.
she had a smile where she's like catapult. It was really
Almost like, are you serious?
In the question too, I feel like even if that's not what they're technically called in it, the question was what medieval weapon did the Ewoks use in blah blah blah. So like, I mean, you have to take catapult if you're calling it a medieval.
Medieval people didn't have ion blasters? What are you talking about? What are you?
They thought sorcery was their way to go. Pew pew pew.
That would be the inevitable Ewok versus Jawa movie that I've been wanting for a very long time. Is the Ewoks would be using catapults and Jawas would be using ion cannons, which would be useless because ion cannons take out machinery and Ewoks have none.
Actually,
so Jawas would lose.
I don't know. The Battlefront game, the Ewok Hunt, made those little bastards very scary. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ewoks would beat Jawas. That's all I'm saying.
But the
Ewok-
Jawas are inside their sandcrawler. It would be very difficult for the Ewoks to get in. So
They'll figure it out. They have shamans. All right.
I'm curious. What other creatures in Spaceballs called?
What other creature? What?
In Spaceballs.
Oh, the Dink Dinks? The
Yeah.
Dink Dinks?
Yeah, ding ding.
Yeah.
They're meant to be a parody of Jawas.
Yeah, that was actually a question in the first ever Star Wars Alien game that we played. Temperature coming up. Yeah, it was. I described Ewoks completely, and it was Dinks.
So she nails her 2. We go back to Gold Leader for his 5.
Yeah. And
That
Jess,
5-pointer.
what was it?
Category was Underworld. I didn't write down the question because everyone was talking and I wasn't paying attention.
What was the model
It started to collapse in the room, and I was like, well, I'm overstimulated, so I'm not writing anything down.
Well, the question was, what is the model of blaster that Boba Fett carries? And
There we go.
Leader, not missing a beat, just answers it. He's finally a question for me, and I get.
I wanna take credit for all of Gold Leader's progress because I send him questions sometimes.
The questions he answered today.
The fact he didn't win.
One of them, yes.
Yes, I know which one it was because I even wrote Taco knows this in big bold letters.
Yeah, I actually asked him what the name of the alien inside the trash compactor was like a couple months ago. Yeah, and but
So
no,
because of that, you're the reason he knew anything today.
No. Yes, absolutely, yes. But I did just like I had like a question for him, and it was one that I thought was the hardest question ever, and I asked it to him, and he got it. And it took me like an hour to find the answer before I could even ask him. And then that question takes place in Attack of the Clones during the Geonosis battle. So I then proceeded to ask him everything because I'm like watching it. And I was like, what's this guy's lightsaber? Who's the first guy to whip out a lightsaber here? And I'm pretty sure I asked him what like blasters Jango had because I asked him everything about the Geonosis battle. And he has it. That guy doesn't miss when I quiz him. I'm not as mean as PJ at all. Like I am not.
Well, what would that be mean? It's just more challenging. Even like in when the Star Wars matches for FCL, PLD, he's also got to write some tough questions in order to get them on their toes. I mean, at this point, Star Wars, you can't be nice. I mean, because then people are going to be like, because I'm going to before we move on to Nikki's 3-point question, I will say with Star Wars, this season and last season, many people were questioning what Star Wars placed in the Schmoedown because before the Twitch tournament, everyone was thinking, oh, Star Wars is not going to last that long. It's going to be written off by next season. The Twitch tournament happened, and then Upset City happened for Andres Cabrera. Star Wars got back in talk again. And then this season, the Dragon Con players came in. And then after that first tournament, and then Harper going up against Dimolanta, I saw some questions. I saw some people in the chat commenting like, okay, it was a good niche. It was a good niche division. Now it should go away. Like,
yep.
No.
So let's go back a few years ago. People were saying that about IG. And then the corrupted IG tournament happened. And then you got Maracanopic out of it. And everyone's like, holy crap, IG's like a division. Yes. And then IG became a big division. And then next year, when everyone's like, all right, IG's a division now, a little guy named Kevin Smets happened. And then everyone's like, okay, IG's like the division. And then the next year...
People also thought it was getting harder, and look what happened. They brought in more categories this season.
Then the next year, they decided, like, no, we'll do that with Star Wars. And then we got our Star Wars tournament last year, which blew up. And then this year, everyone drafted 2 or 3 Star Wars competitors. And it's like, okay, it's an equal division now. It's no longer, like Alex Damon beats 2 guys every year. Like, that's what it was for a couple of years. And that's just not what it is anymore. It's like an equal division. And it's awesome. I love it. I want that.
Well, yeah. It's awesome. It's incredible. It's fun. It's too hard for me. I don't know about any of you, but
devoted my life to Star Wars, and I will never be able to compete. Like, I'm not even close. But I don't love what I love about Star Wars isn't like, all right, now what actor plays Vader during this stunt? Like, that's not what makes me love Star Wars, so I just don't love it the way that they love it.
You're a fan, not a competitor.
No, I'm definitely not a competitor. Plus, I'm kind of like...
question that Nikki got in Attack of the Clones, who plays Klieg Lars? I mean...
Yeah.
we're familiar with the character, but to be honest, does anybody actually know?
It's my favorite impression. It's my favorite impression. Clear glass. Because he says his name like he burps it. Clear glass.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys are laughing. Screw you guys. What's the what do we got left? That was Demolanta's
3-pointer.
three-pointer.
So if she had missed that 5-pointer, we would.
So we skipped his 5-pointer. So
no, we talked about it. That was the blaster.
Oh yeah, you're right. All right, I'm dumb.
Yeah.
See, that's another reason I can't be a competitor. I'm dumb.
It was 36-33 when it got to Nikki's 3-pointer. If she got the 3-pointer, it would be tied. So just in case so either way, I mean, she gets the 3-pointer, naming the actor for Klieg Lars. Then
that's hilarious. All right. If you don't get that, then
that's like Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars, it rhymes.
Not just rhyme, but kind of like a poem. It ebbs and flows and it echoes back.
That's a very remembered George Lucas thing when he's like, they're like, somebody goes, aren't you kind of copying yourself with these prequels? And he's like, it's like a poem, it rhymes. It's like, no, you're just copying yourself.
It's poetry.
But looking at this, no matter what regardless of people's feelings on the sequel trilogy, a lot of people are now taking George's comment like, why don't we just go back to what George was doing? At least it made sense, But to a 5-pointer, that 5-point question, I don't know if it was just karma or destiny. The fact it's a Clone Wars question because it harks back to Dimmy versus Kelly for their
brutal.
Because I remember Andrew got a 5-pointer in Clone Wars, and he missing out an opportunity to play Damon at Spectacular. And it was kind of like, if Nikki missed it, Clone Wars literally would have been the Demolanta's kryptonite. But the fact she was able to pull it.
And it was brutal. That was a brutal question.
To be honest, I think she knew it, and the reason she put her head down and everything was because
she was like, not this
crying.
So that's what I've been holding it. My meat boy here is asking, do you think she got emotional? Because she knew the answer,
she used a repeat,
or was she trying to remember it to use a repeat?
I think that's what I think. She got emotional and used the repeat so she could get her shit together to say the answer. Because
I think she was pulling a Bateman and was doing the repeat to be an asshole.
No, I don't know.
I know you're joking, but
that's crier.
Oh my god!
Like, okay, from someone who literally cries at every goddamn thing on the face of the planet.
You cried at this match.
I did. I cried watching her win. I'm trying to make you cry by continuing to talk. We'll see how this goes. But it looked like as soon as the question hit and she heard the question, she
knew it.
Got choked up. She put her head down because I know when you get choked up like that, when you're like something like that happens, like I do one of these like I can't even like speak kind of things. So rather than get the question wrong because she's caught up in the emotion, she takes her JTE, she gets her extra 15 seconds. She does, because if she didn't
she
know
still had all three of them, so she might as well.
If she didn't know it, I think she would have used another one to like double to make sure she fully had it. I think she was so choked up with everything that she needed to take that moment just to breathe to then get the answer out, because she immediately kept crying as soon as she was crying as she said it.
Even the post interview, that she had with Jen. I mean, you are right, because rewatching that, when the moment she put her head down, of course, as someone who's watching the Schmoedown match, I'm going like, uh-oh, she's in a tight bind here. But then I love what you just said, Allison. Maybe it was a situation to where she not only did she immediately knew it, but because she was getting choked up, she took that repeat just to gather, to take her, to gather breath. Because let's be honest, she has all three repeats. She could have. Obviously, she was never going to, but many people could have been like, oh, she's doing a Bateman, she's doing a Roka, she's just doing it for the hell of it. No. Because when you rewatch
I was joking. I knew that's not what she was doing.
But Taco, I'm just saying, there is going to be a small voice of the community out there that's going to throw that out there. And
but there's a small voice in the community that's going to say the dumbest crap about always. Especially with female competitors, because there's idiots out there.
But because they have that voice, especially in our community, they will be highlighted, good or bad.
Boo.
Yeah, I know. It's shitty. They should not be highlighted just for.
I mean, there's a reason why I barely go on the Facebook anymore. And I used to love that Facebook. I used to do polls on it and interact with people and meet people on it. Now, so much of it's toxic. I can't do it, man. I'd rather just.
It's literally like a bunch of weeds have just overpopulated the garden, And
Yeah.
there's not enough gardeners.
So go on 4chan where you belong. Just leave us here.
You're not
Agreed.
These are not beneficial
You're
to
not
us. They're pretty
wrong.
much they're spraying. They're multiplying around the garden. They're like the mush. They're like the they're the Gooba Goobas in our mushroom kingdom. Get out of here.
All right, what's wrong with Goombas?
Well, they populate everything, and one touch it kills you. You need to step on their heads to get rid of them.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just, I always thought they were, because they're called Goombas, I thought they were just Italian mushrooms. I'm Italian, I can make that joke. Also, no one ever talks about how racist towards Italians the entire Mario franchise is. All right, moving on, but it is.
You've never seen
It
them.
definitely is. I agree with that. Are you kidding me?
I'm just saying, all right? As an Italian, I'm a little offended by the Mario franchise. I love the Mario franchise.
How do you feel about Chris Pratt voicing Mario?
Is that what's going on? Is Chris Pratt's doing it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anything animated he's voicing.
They should
Yumi's part of it.
They should have got Polly Walnuts from Sopranos. All right, they should have got Tony Sirico to do Mario. Get a real Italian
with the wigs.
With the wings.
With the wigs.
Get Michael Imperioli to play Mario.
Get Luigi. Listen here.
Hey, at least I know this is not a bad thing, but at least
very mean to plumbers too.
Yeah. At least I'm not hearing those stupid comments of people asking why is a black man not voicing Donkey Kong? Do you not realize how stupid that was coming out of your mouth the moment you say that?
You think Donkey Kong's a black guy? Like that's what that sentence means.
When I read that shit, I'm going, please tell me you realize how stupid it was when you posted that.
No, why isn't a gorilla doing it? That's what I'm mad about.
Yeah.
Wild.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm tired of white. There's so many gorilla actors out there.
So many.
All right.
That's
some racist ass shit. Thank you.
Yes, I know, right? Where's that chimp actor from Dustin Checks In? We can find him and put him in the role of Donkey Kong.
Where's the giant guy who did Mighty Joe Young? He's friends with Bill Paxton. He totally.
What about the gorilla from Trading Places? The gorilla from Trading Places. Okay, that is a.
That was a guy in a suit.
But the gorilla that actually captured the guy in the suit.
Anyone tuning into this is going to have no clue what's going on. They've come for Schmoedown, and we're talking about gorillas.
You don't know
I am
Trading
getting
Places?
yelled at by Taco at the top of the show for not staying on target.
I know, and then it's all dissolved.
No, you know why?
He just
I'm mad when
reason to yell at you.
I unrail the show. If I have to
yelling.
bring it all in, it's me who's supposed to fuck it all up. Like you guys can't be doing it.
Well,
Shit, man, that's elitist.
I mean,
I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. I do what I want.
I love that ethos.
What I just walked into?
Exactly.
Exactly. We finished off what we were saying mostly, and then we started yelling at each other about gorillas.
Kelly, now that you're here, who did you have going in? Gold Leader or Dimmy?
Yeah, who'd you have?
Who did you have as well? Gold Leader or Dimmy?
Then let's keep doing Roberto Taylor. Who did you have going in?
Okay, look, we got more people. We got to start all over.
Yeah, start all over. So round one.
Roll the tape back.
Okay, so no, there's actually another conversation to still have. So
yeah,
we know who we got in Spectacular, and it's two rookies. And we have Mr. Harper of the Thomas Persuasion playing Nikki DiMolanta. That is, no one saw that coming. I don't think. Maybe
the Dimmy that
Harper.
We didn't see coming. Nikki DiMolanta, the Dimmy that came out of left field versus.
Yeah. Roberto said that he had Dimmy going in.
Nice.
Roberto.
Yeah, and Meepo is just trying to control the situation. Just move on.
Kelly said she had
Gold Leader going in. Yeah. And I'm exactly the same as her. I had Gold Leader going in, but I'm really happy Nikki won.
Yeah, I honestly think I was 90% of the audience.
I did message Evan or Gold Leader. Sorry, I'm so bad at that. Gold Leader, right when we're done, like, hey man, just watch a match. Sorry, because I knew it meant so much for him. Yeah. And And yeah, he's at a concert right now.
It's not the last that we're going to see of any of them.
No,
he's kind of like the point you were just making before we went on.
He's going to Spectacular.
He's not going to he's not going to Spectacular.
Well, the fact that Goldberg was in the finals, I'm pretty sure he will get an opportunity to play a number one contenders match.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I don't know anything about it, and even if I did, it's not coming into what I'm speaking right now. I would be saying this no matter what. He's going to have a gigantic number one contenders match right away. He just has to. And I think it would either be against Andrew DeMolante, who just did it twice, unless Andrew gets a title shot right away, or it's going to be against the loser of this match coming up.
I think he does have an automatic title shot because he's defended the belt twice. If
I don't know.
If this changed, I think he will be in the number.
I'm not Christian Harloff, man. And I don't want to be. I want to be Mark Ellis. I don't want to be Harloff.
I just want to ask the questions. I just want to ask the questions.
Yeah. Ellis has always been the cooler one. Period. Everyone knows that. No one wants to be.
But going into Spectacular for sure. I think I would be happy if Harper defends. I'd be stoked if Dimmy wins. I think that it was kind of one of those things where you're like, oh, there's another DeMolante. Cool. When it started the season, I don't think anyone expected the run that she's had, but the run that she's had is the epitome of a Cinderella story kind of. Yep. I mean, she's just started kicking ass and taking.
According to Kelly, it's 4 defenses for an automatic nowadays. It used to be 1 or 2.
I don't know. I think that was only.
Kelly said it, Ryan.
Let me tell you something, Ryan. I would not challenge Kelly.
Yeah, she's gonna kick your butt. Look at that rabbit. Look at that rabbit. Let's go win.
Do not talk him. Do not make me bring him out of the corner.
Don't do it. Save it for the green room because I can leave.
Look, I'm not fighting Kelly on this. I'm just remembering this. I remember that was introduced when Ryan Burnett was doing this whole little when he was commissioner for a month. That's what storyline wise, it was changed to 4 title defenses. But I don't know if it would work like that right now, especially now with the more Star Wars competitors. I think Christian did say sometime in the season it did get reverted back to 2. If I'm wrong, I am wrong.
No, you know what? I think I remember him saying that.
I mean, look, no, if it's still 4 defenses, then definitely you're right, Kelly. I'm just saying that the fact that now this season we've seen so many titles change hands.
Yeah, like you said, it happened via the nuke.
Yeah. A part of me felt like it got reversed after, I think, sometime during season 7. And because this season we've seen so many titles change hands. Singles has changed 3 times. We've seen Teams belt change hands. We've seen Intergeekdom belt change hands twice. And we've now seen Star Wars, the belt has changed hands twice. So a 4-title defense really feels like it is ridiculous for someone to get there.
But that's the thing, though, is maybe that's why it's such a ridiculous goal, because to give someone an automatic title shot is a huge thing, right? That's a big deal for someone to be like, I want a title shot.
And also, Christian will do whatever he wants.
100%, because Christian doesn't give a shit. He's going to do whatever.
No. If he wants to do something chaotic, he's going to pretend Mike Kalinowski came up with it.
Every time fans make a question, Christian's like, "Yeah, you guys, I do what I want."
Yeah, pretty much. And they're like, "What about the rules?" And he's like, "All right, Mike, you do it."
4 defenses to me make sense to be able to get a thing such as just being able to say, like, "Hey, I want a title shot for this," because that means you've crushed it 4 times and defended your title 4 times. I think right now the only team that's probably even close, or the people that are close to doing it, is maybe Kalinowski with IG.
He's defended twice, and
Shazam. Shazam's defended. So
the best team.
I think that role makes more sense in the bigger divisions. I think you're right, though. With Star Wars, it's a little tough because there's only so much you can do with Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I understand the process of why they do it. Why I can understand why that would be the rule rather than 2 defense. Because if it's 2 defenses, then everyone can just do title shots whenever they want right now.
And I agree with Allison, because if you go back and look at old school Schmoedown, which I will do often because I love it, but
that's the purpose of our show, honestly.
There was a reason. There was a reason why, the singles titles would go Roca, Dan Murrell, Riley, and then they would all play each other, and then one of them would play the other one would play, because they were the only people who were up there. But if it was you don't immediately get one or something like that, this pushes, Collins was really good. He got the belt. he gets pushed. You push him to even a number 2 contender match. So we don't have the same 3 people.
Yeah.
You had a top 10 played against Patriots 3 or 4 times. Was it 4 times? Three times. And one of them, they got shredded to pieces.
First time it was a close match. Second time was a TKO. Third time was the fucking
bloodbath.
Wait a few times on James Fonda incident.
Yes. That's the last time, because that was the last time top 10 Patriots ever played, and it's because of Jane Fonda.
Good meat boy. Anarchy got me hooked too. Anarchy was great, but that's my point. Is I do like the 4 because no one gets to own the title anymore. Like let them earn it back. Like I don't care if you like hold it for a full year, then you can get it back. Then you know how to get it back. Then get it back. Yeah. So I'm with all of them.
And it's a good discussion. You know what? You guys do great. You both bring up great points on if it is 4 depends because it does make a lot of sense, especially this season. Because my last thing on the old school, even back then, it was always difficult to when you worked to the championship. It was always difficult to win it, and then it was even more difficult to defend it. So I do like the fact that this year we are seeing a little bit of recycled material that where you bust your ass, get to the belt. You may win it, you may not win, but if you do win it, you still got to bust your ass to defend it.
Yeah, and
absolutely. And then if you want to be able to come back and demand a match like Roka's trying to do now, is spectacular for his retirement. you gotta own it. You gotta prove it. You gotta be like, I had the belt, I held it, I defended it 4 times from people that were coming for me. Like I think that's a huge feat in and of itself to be able to come in and say, hey, I deserve this. Because like I think after defending it 4 times, that kind of makes you one of the GOATs for sure.
Absolutely. And I
Kelly, that's a good point, Kelly. We did not talk about Roka, that opening scene between Roka and Christian.
Kelly knows. I know Kelly and I probably start conversations whenever anyone brings up Roka with the 2 words "fuck Roka."
Okay, I didn't see it until after you said it. I was like, did you just call Allison Kelly? Because I don't see that in the chat. And then it popped up. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Yeah. Was that the beginning of this match?
I have my phone playing 2 different things on YouTube. That's why I saw
Are you one of our viewers?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm one of the viewers.
Wow.
Inflating them numbers.
Hey, help, man.
And comments, you're welcome, sir. You guys don't give me any of the other shenanigans to do around here. You just let me show up and be a pretty baby.
You got to earn it. You know how long it took for me to get an admin spot? Like months.
Also, I brought Ben Bateman on my second stream.
Yeah,
I feel like I earned it.
That's the taco stand. No one watches the taco stand. No one cares about that. It's me staying up. That's all it is. It's not important.
I believe we got over like 170 views on the
we actually stand. I haven't said it out loud to Ben, but we totally beat the Video Drew episode.
Yeah.
I like 10 views.
Nice.
I'm not surprised. You're welcome.
I did want to bring it up, but when I noticed it, I did kind of dance a little.
Oh, you know what? We got Chance on Schmoedown tomorrow.
I know. Huh?
Tomorrow is a big episode.
Yeah, we by the way, everybody, Chance Ellison on frickin' Schmoedown tomorrow. No, me and the little one will be watching.
We, not you.
I know. I'm trying to hyping up your show. You know what? I'm gonna show up for a second, just be like, "Hi," and they got it just so I can say you didn't do it without me. So
I refuse to let you in.
See me in the green room, like, hey, come on.
I hope Ryan and/or Ben see you in that green room and just say, "Oh, look, Taco's there. Cool. Have a good."
Just in a private chat.
If I was controlling the screen, yeah, you would not jump in there, Taco.
Oh, okay, all right.
We'll probably show up when we were doing our wrap-ups. Like, we'll be just like, okay, now wrapping up the show. And
I'm in full dad mode.
I'm gonna pull the Jimmy Kimmel and say, oh, and we were supposed to have Taco on tonight, but we ran out of time, so we'll get him next time.
Or just bring him on and then end the stream immediately when he gets on.
All right, have a good day, everybody.
We got Taco. I'm okay with that.
No, tomorrow's going to be exciting, but
I can't wait to watch it, guys. Honestly. So all joking and me being the resident heel kind of aside, I guess Frenchie called me a tweener. I have to look up what that means. But
It means it's like anti-hero. You know, you're good guy and bad guy.
I'm down for that. All right.
Tweener is like anti-hero for
The in-betweener.
I am not Matt
Star
Damon.
Wars.
I don't know why this is being said. I know I'm not Matt Damon.
Because I
It's
said
because
I'm
of the
gonna
Jimmy
pick
Kimmel
you.
thing she
My
said.
Oh, because he did that to Matt Damon. Because Sarah
That's,
Silverman was
that's a
dating-
running
Yeah,
bit
just
all
so
the
you know
time.
where your place is, Taco. We're just
Yeah.
reminding you you're not Matt Damon.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
all.
totally okay with that.
Kelly's only saying that because she feels bad that I didn't tell you about Ben Bateman coming on, and she realized how surprised you were and yelled at me for not giving you more of a warning.
I thought it was
I feel
great.
like
Keep
she's
doing more of
making fun
that.
of me here. Oh, you're saying that she's defending me here?
Probably, or maybe
Doesn't
making
feel
fun
like
of you.
an
I'm
offense.
giving.
I
you
feel
a-
like making fun. Like this guy, no Matt Damon. All right, he's not even Ben Affleck.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah,
Anyway,
applesauce, bitch. That's a Kevin Smith reference. Okay, I think we can get out of here. I feel like we did pretty good.
yeah,
You're right, Kelly. Kelly, we don't have to talk about Roka, so we're not going to.
No, I mean, I think that he's going to have a shot, and guess what? I think they're going to give him. I think they're going to give him Kevin Smith.
Maybe Kelly. Maybe I'm doing both.
Actually, you are kind of right. It would be hilarious if he does get Kevin Smith because
Well, Kevin Smith is also saying, "Let me have a match," and also they don't have the Kevin Smith versus Furtenflaus match.
no,
They
but
they haven't gave us the
We're
card.
a
drop.
Spectacular. We're only gonna have 4 title matches lined up, so it makes sense that they're gonna give us maybe 1 or 2 matches as potatoes to the big ass 16-ounce stick.
That's what they always do.
yeah.
And we need a potatoes match, and Kevin Smith wants one. Roca wants one. Kevin Smith versus John Roca.
Actually, I kind of want to spread that out. Have Roca go against somebody and then Smith go against somebody. They can have plenty of singles questions.
Yeah, but I love that match. I love Roca versus Smith. I think it's brutal. Although Ty Lieberman Smith is what Ty wants, right? Wasn't it Ty Lieberman who called out Smith?
Yeah, I think so.
The end of Ty rant. Yeah.
Yes. Actually, it'd be hilarious that Christian just trolls Roca. I'm gonna give you someone good, and it's like, oh, you're facing Ty Lieberman. What?
No, give him Flaus. That's what he should do. Give him
After
Flirten
watching
Flaus.
FCL Warfare, I don't want to give anybody so
Oh.
Faust.
All I'm saying, next season, Klaus is not going to be in the MCL. He's going back into the MTS next season.
Well, of course he
Because
is.
Christian says he likes to use the Flaus for live. He wants to use the
Yeah.
Flaus for live videos, honestly. And honestly, the Flaus, the gimmick to me is kind of worn out.
All right, he's got Dimmy and Outlaw at Spectacular. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure I have a sign that says Dimmy steals at Spectacular. So if she does steal a point,
Are you going to Spectacular?
Yeah.
I wish I lived in California. That and we have really bad winters here, so 2 reasons.
Well, it's difficult as shit in LA to book hotel space because I've already been talking to.
Oh
friends.
wow, yeah. I live in North Dakota, and you're like, yeah, but you know how bad it is to get a hotel. Like, just drive down there, do it, and drive back. You're in the same state.
I'm not talking about me, Taco. I have friends flying in from East Coast and from Florida and from Atlanta coming to Spectacular.
Anyway.
Airbnb 3 months ahead of time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can sleep in a car for the weekend and I'll be fine. But I'm not talking
Oh
about me.
my.
I know this drifter monk is like, yeah, but if there isn't a good hotel, I won't be able.
I can sleep at Union Station and I'll be fine for Spectacular. Okay.
All right. Getting yelled at the end of the show is a perfect way to end.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. Ben, tell everybody all the good stuff.
You guys can find me all over the channel, listening to Breeze, been camping the pad and getting ready. About to Schmoedown. Like we said, we have a chance coming on. And I think that's everything. Yes? No? I don't know.
I think that's
Sounds
good.
about right.
Allison, do you got anything to say that isn't what he just said?
I mean, you can find me along with Ben Rayner and our good friend Ryan over on Mount Schmoedown on Saturdays. You can find me on Twitter at Allison Salamoni. Yeah, hanging with Chance Ellison tomorrow. We got I just got confirmation for now. We got Thomas Harper coming on the following week. So you know, we got a couple. I think we got Robert Parker lined up. So we got some pretty stacked guests in the next couple weeks.
I might need a babysitter.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about covering players for the rest of this season. Honestly, we're gonna do all that next year.
Ryan, I feel like they covered Mount Schmoedown. Anything else you want to plug?
Well, other than Mount Schmoedown, I mean, whenever Ben and I, the Sunday crew, get to do the recap the matches of the week for the Schmoes of the North, and also people are wrestling fans. I do co-host a podcast with the sinister James Shimo. It's called Wrestling Ramblings and Rages Podcast. We're gonna get some new episodes coming out around this month, so be on the lookout. We're also gonna have live video recordings of our episodes. So if you don't want to come across them on podcast form on Spotify, Apple, Podbean, or Anchor, just go to Shimonera Productions YouTube channel to find James and I record a live episode of Wrestle Ramblings and Rages.
All right, and last but not least, Kiwi, do you have anything to say?
I'm just usually around. That's generally how it goes.
I felt bad that I didn't just say yours first because it's like all these guys, and you're like, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm usually the last minute ring-in, so that's generally how it works.
I used to.
Jess, we have no one else. You want to come on?
Yeah, pretty much.
That used to be my role in my fantasy league. Like, we have nobody to fill in this slot. You want to take over? Go.
Sure.
We don't want you regularly, but we just want you if no one else can show up.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a specific dig at me, and I apologize. Jeez.
To the group chat before Jess did, and she's been around longer.
No, like a day longer.
It's par for the course.
Hey, I mean, there are jobs where you can be a seat filler at events. So, I mean, if you can get paid.
Yeah, but they're all lame events. Okay.
The Oscars have hired seat fillers before, so I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here. You can find me as many shows as I can do on this channel. I try to do as many as I can. Tomorrow we have an amazing guest on Let's Talk About Star Wars. We have Laura Kelly joining me and Ryan and Evan, not Ryan, sorry, and Evan doing a tier list. We're breaking down every single canon lightsaber fight. There's 38 of them, and I can't wait. I'm spending the first part of the day watching. I made a YouTube list, a playlist of every lightsaber fight in canon that me and my 1-year-old daughter get to watch. So I'm excited to get rid of it, get through that. And November 18th coming up is our next all-night taco stand, and we are starting that off with the championship match for the Star Wars Alien game, where somebody describes an alien, you guess if it's Star Wars or not, and get an extra point if you can guess where it's from. We have all the winners of the 4 games that we did before playing against each other. Kiwi's going to be there. Frenchie's going to be there running the match. I'm actually playing in it against Marie Wilson, Evan, or goal leader. Oh my God, who else? 50?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that it? That's 4. Yeah, there we go. All right, yeah, yeah. 2 Star Wars competitors and me and 50. And yeah, so that's what I got going on. Just watch everything on this channel. It's pretty great. Ben, say goodbye for everybody.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.